The year was 2011. I remember going to the inaugural Old Crew championship game against Brian. Problem was, I'm in 2 championships again this year, both my leagues. Problem was that Brian had 2 or 3 players that I had in my other championship, which I win like a lot more money. So while I wanted to win the Old Crew League, I knew if I won, Brian had a bad day, especially from some big time players, that I would probably lose the Cousins League, the big league, as far as big money. So I was like, wow, it was a double-edged sword. Like, I knew things would have to work out perfect to win both, and it didn't happen. I lost to Brian, inaugural Old Crew champion. Won my other league, bought a 38 special or something. Anyway, the next year, I actually went back to back, but I think I missed the playoffs because I had won the Cousins League the year before that. Either way, me and Heath, 2011, second Old Crew year. We go at it. This was my year. Didn't have the same players. Wasn't even in the championship of the other league. And I think I was the number 1 seed that year, or most of the year. I don't know. It was my turn. I lost to Heath by 6 points. You want to know why? You want to know why? Steve Smith, pretty integral part of my team that year. And a Baltimore win, 30, like they won 48 to something. He scored 3.3 points. That's not the only reason, though. I had tight end superstar Jimmy Graham on my team. He scored me 14 points that day. Yeah, 14. Yeah, he had scored more than that in other weeks, but you can't complain if your tight end scores 14 unless you're Jimmy Graham and been scoring 20 points a game back in 2011, or sometimes 30. I mean, he was a beast. But Heath picked up Brandon Pettigrew. I think Heath was streaming tight ends, just trying to figure out something every week. He walked into Brandon Pettigrew's 23 points that day. Brandon Pettigrew, probably the tight end 15 that year, outscored the number 1 or 2 tight end by enough, that 6-point difference. Outscored him by 9. That's not all. We had some injury problems that year, so I was starting some Michael Bush, a backup to the Raiders or something. I don't know. Anyway, Heath grabbed James Jones off the waiver wire because his receiver was hurt. So we're both mix mashing pieces. And if you remember back in the day, like 2011, James Jones would have games like 1 every 6 or 7 games. He'd score a touchdown. He scored 2 that day. So Steve Smith, 3.3. James Jones, like 23 points. Did me in. I lost by 6. That's how good my team was. I'm not over it. Not over it at all. I'm coming after you, Heath. After you. It's my trophy this year. I will avenge the 2011 Old Crew loss to Brandon Pettigrew and James freaking Jones. Fuck him. Old Crew out.